I'll try to dispel some myths. People say performance doesn't matter and all these kind of things. I'll try to elaborate on it, and then if you have questions, we'll try at the end to answer. Or I've got many guys from my organization, Director of Marketing, and other guys that will be able to give you some answer with respect to it. But before I dive into it, let me take 7 to 10 minutes speaking about the trends, because I believe the trend dictates what we are going to do in the near future. So first of all, the world is going mobile. If we were arguing 5 years ago, 6 years ago, when we introduced Centrino, notebook have been 17% of the client, mainly enterprise, black boxes. Consumer didn't know it was too expensive, $1,500, $1,600. We already won. The world is going mobile. Last year, we crossed the tick of 50% of the client. The client is desktop plus mobile. More than 50% have been notebooks. If I look forward, by 2012-13, we are going to cross 75%, and this is without looking at what's going to happen with the netbook category, which definitely I'm much more bullish than the majority of the number I've seen. But I believe this will definitely change the market. We're speaking about more than 75%. So actually, we're not speaking, are we going to see this revolution? This revolution is happening as we speak. The question is how fast, how big, and what we're supposed to do collectively in order to be able to fuel it. So let's try to figure out, and I'll use two foils that I used in the past, but in the past it was kind of a prediction. Today I believe it would be safe to say it's almost a fact. Let's look at what are the trends, what are the things that kind of created this fast growth that actually were fueling this rapid growth of the notebooks. First of all, no question about it, internet. Year 2000, 361 million subscriber people that have got access to the internet. Unbelievable big number, huge number, the year 2000. If you look what's happening today, guys, we are speaking about 1.6 billion users that have got access to the internet, 360% growth, and we are not even reaching 25% of the world population. So the opportunity for us to continue to grow and reach all these other people is definitely there for us to grab it. The interesting thing that this population will not necessarily need exactly the same device. And again, let me share with you, in many cases, and we did the analysis, it's not an issue of affordability. There are many people that can afford it. And you'll hear me saying the word again and again, it's an issue of desirability. They can afford it, but do the desire to have it, what should we do in order to get there? So, the other thing, let's just look at the traffic on the internet. That's phenomenal growth. It's unbelievable. If I speak about 2010, we're speaking about 25,000 petabytes. Now, just to give you a way to scale it, if you take all the books that have been written since the dawn of the human being history, since the first time they jumped out of the trees and start writing books, everything together is 0.4 petabyte. And we are speaking about a traffic of 30,000 per month. It's unbelievable. The traffic, the internet is there. And the other thing which people say, let's test ourselves, say, what's happened when we had the recession? You know, it was pretty frightening. Those of you who have seen all the articles and everything, people say, you know, it was the worst recession since the Great Depression. The world was on the verge of total collapse. We'll never know if it's true or not, but definitely it was frightening. What people are doing with the internet? And I believe we look at the data today, 69% of the people were all the time on the internet. Either they were looking for bargain because they've been kind of tighter on the budget, or they were looking for jobs, or they were looking for cheaper entertainment, you name it. But actually, I believe that the internet is part of our stuff, part of our life. And let's admit it, or maybe you do not want to admit it, we are addicted to the internet. We are going to be connected to the internet 24/7. No picture of this. 24/7, we are going to be connected to the internet. If I sit in Ponzo Tellini's staff and Paul want everybody to pay attention, say, guys, please close your notebooks. So everybody close the notebook, they take the BlackBerry under the table to make sure that they're not losing something. When we're using to fly transatlantic flights, remember you go out of the airplane and people are running to do what? To smoke, definitely. At least the normal human being amongst us. They're running, I quit smoking. They're running out of the airplane and immediately they want to smoke. Today they're running after they open the BlackBerry. God forbid they lost 2 emails in the last 24 hours. If you notice, by the way, it's a phenomenon. People are opening the BlackBerry when the airplane is still in the air, and you know, click, 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 when the airplane is gone, they'll be able to pump and get some. We are addicted to it. We get it all the time. Video consumption, phenomenal. People are using 50% of the traffic of this crazy petabyte is video. It's not normal to speak. It's normal to speak and look. That's the reason you're sitting here, not over the internet or something like this. There is value for this. And if you look at the internet, 30% of the people at the age of 65 and above are consuming video. And I'm speaking 65 and above. If you go to a younger generation, or really young generation in this case, 50 to 64, I'll tell you when to laugh. This was not a joke. 40% of the people in the age of 50 to 64 are consuming video. If you look at the younger generation, 30 to 49, the number is growing up to 70% of the people. And if you look at the teenager and the people up to the age of 8 out of 9 people are watching video. It's almost everybody's watching video. So this phenomenon is definitely there for us. It's going to stay over there. And the majority of the video is user-generated video. It's not only the things that you can and you download Hulu to watch TV. It's things that we posted either on MySpace or Facebook or all kind of other sites. It's things that we generate, and I'll come to it later on because I believe we are doing something in order to accelerate and improve this experience. If you're looking at social networking, and I spoke about it, it's a revolution. The humanity is going to look different. People are looking different. You look at these teenagers. My friends have got a teenager. 5 guys are coming to his house. Each one is going to a different room, and they are working with the computer with each other. They call it social network. They say, guys, there's nothing social between you sitting in a different room. And they say, Mooly, you do not understand it. You know, 50 to 64. Well, I do not understand it. But definitely it's different. They go and date. They finish the dating, they come home, they open the computer, and they start the social networking. And you know, before I was preparing this presentation, I thought about it, and it's so ridiculous, guys. When my parents wanted to discipline me, what did they tell me? Go to your room for 3 hours, remember? Today you want to discipline your kid, you say, get out of the room for 3 hours. So you'll not be able to be connected to the internet, because that's actually the infrastructure. The internet is a major part of our life, and the reason I'm putting in so much effort is because if you believe me, you will buy the thing that I'm going to try to tell you later on. If you don't believe me, I believe my argument will have an issue. Why 1 phone per person? Because you do not share your phone with somebody else. If your son is coming to you and say, Dad, I lost my phone, you tell him 2 things. Tough luck. Or I'll buy you a new one if you're a good father. You'll never get him yours. Because it's your calendar, your contacts, your people, everything. Even if your spouse will use the phone, you do not share it, it's personalized. And it's interesting, I gave this example in Japan, and they told me, Eden said, that's not a good example for personalization. The good example in emerging market, China, almost everybody has got cell phone. It's not the affordability, it's the desirability. Can we design collectively the right devices with the right content, with the right access to the interesting places, that people will be willing to put the money and buy these devices? But the opportunity is huge, we just started. Performance. Let me share you with my observation, I'm sure I'll have a lot of argument. Performance is still relevant. Performance is even very relevant. I believe that the application that will